What happens when you're a business owner, a small, mid-sized business owner, and you need equipment? You need it quickly, but you don't have the cash available to purchase, and maybe the credit involved is not perfect. Or you're a startup right out of the gate, no track record, and you need to borrow money for said equipment. Or you're a business that's been around for a long time and you've been through some stuff, some challenges, and you don't have a perfect credit score or balance sheet. Just sometimes for different reasons, a bank, if you need equipment, is not going to be the best option or any option. The question is, what do you do? One solution is equipment financing from a private lender. And basically, this is a loan designed to help businesses purchase essential equipment without having to make a big upfront cash investment. The way equipment financing typically works is that the lender purchases the equipment directly, and the borrower, who is also the equipment user, repays the lender with the principal and interest payments over time, leading to full ownership on completion. But this is all while being in possession of the equipment and ideally very productively using that equipment to help build cash flow for the business. You've also got the scenario where you haven't made a huge upfront cash payment. You've got predictable payments for the equipment spread out over time, which is just a better vehicle for a lot of businesses. The criteria for equipment financing with a private lender is going to be more lenient as a rule than it would be with a bank. But I'm going to include some notes. They're general, they're non-literal, non-universal ahead of this. But the idea is that you're going to need to speak with someone about your specific situation, because every business is a little different. And the criteria among the private lending communities also has some variation from one to the other. So if you're interested in this for your business, check out the links below in the comment section and description and have that conversation. So there are a lot of reasons people like equipment financing with private lenders. Fast approval, 1 to 3 days, often with soft credit pulls for pre-approval. You have flexible terms, and it's lenient terms on credit and business history. In exchange for that, you're going to see higher rates and fees, but you have no lump sums up front that could otherwise tie up critical working capital when you need it. I think the biggest thing, though, is the risk tolerance and the ability that private lenders have to work with a really wide variety of situations, startups, low credit, volatile industries, unlike traditional banks. And this is especially meaningful if you're either in a critical transition period, about to make a big step forward, or for whatever reason, this equipment financing could really help, but you don't have the business profile that a lot of banks are looking for. And on the other hand, some things to really be aware of when you're looking at equipment financing with a private lender: higher total costs, the interest rates and fees. The interest rates are going to be higher than they will be with a traditional bank, and there are potentially some extra fees. This is the trade off generally for access to financing if you do have credit, balance sheet, or other issues. Review the terms carefully, whatever the case. Make sure that the repayment schedule is completely incorporated into your operating budget. And partially because if you can't maintain these payments, there's a risk of repossession. There's also the possibility that the payments may outlive the useful life of the equipment. You, as the borrower, cover all maintenance. Make sure this is considered in your whole analysis. And just the private lenders are less regulated than traditional banks, where there's a ton of regulation, not so much on the private lending side. That's something to be aware of. Guys, thanks very much for joining me today to take a look at alternative financing solutions for business owners. If you are a business owner and you're interested in funding, I've included links below in the comment section and description. Appreciate you checking them out if you do need some help. And thanks again for joining me.